Good morning everyone. Today is a beautiful day. I hope you guys doing well. And today I want to show you a video of how I fertilizing peony. Right now is about end of March and peonies started showing up definitely here in the zone 8A North Texas DFW area. This particular peony is a coral sunset. Last year it was blooming in my garden for the first time, and I was waiting 3 years prior of that, but it was amazing, beautiful bloom. And for the first time I fell in love with corals line of peonies. They're amazing. I did video on it, and it just was amazing to look at how peony changing its color from every day. Even maybe in one day it could change color shade from morning to evening, and it was just so amazing, so wonderful to kind of look at how it was changing up. Now coral sunset is early blooming peony, so that's why it's already such a tall and big guy. Now let me go show you the one that is mid bloom time and late bloom peony, and there is much smaller yet. This one is a gay Paris, and it's barely only coming out from underground. So yeah, because it's a much it's mid-season bloom, a little bit even late, so that's why it's taking a while and be much later. And here is my Itoh peony, and this particular one is a garden treasure. It's yellow, look alike like Birdella, but not. They have their little differences, and it's much later too. So fertilizing, I usually fertilize my peonies 3 times a year. Right now, when they're just only waking up, I fertilize them. Then I fertilize them when they're done blooming, a little bit lesser amount, and in the fall. Right now, fertilizer I was looking for this one. I mean, it's for tomatoes and vegetables. But important part what I was looking for, first number. So any fertilizer has 3 numbers in a bag. It doesn't matter what company it's making. It has 3 numbers, so which is nitrogen, I think phosphorus, and calcium. I forgot their names. Anyhow, 3 numbers. First number responding for how leaves growing and how total flower will get tall. Mainly it's a leaf amount. Middle one it's for blooms, and last one it's overall health of a plant. It's kind of could be everything like disease, maybe a little bit withstanding. So it's kind of like this. So anyhow, for first fertilizer right now in the spring, when peony need bring all these strong leaves that will be have for flower buds on it, I go in with fertilizer that has high number. First number is need be high, so that's what I'm mainly doing. This one fertilizer is a regular fertilizer, it's not organic. Now my philosophy is flowers is not vegetables, so you can use not organic fertilizer in them, but if you want it you surely can use organic one, but a regular organic one will not give you first number high. Usually their numbers around 5, 4, 6. I never saw organic fertilizer that has higher numbers than that. If you know, please let me know, because I would love to learn new fertilizers. But this is what basically I have, and this is what I use. So first, my fertilizer it's for bringing strong leaves, kind of plant grow tall. Now second time when I be fertilizing, I will use a lesser number first, because at that time my peonies will be about to done blooming, and it don't need grow any more leaf, but it's need to keep feeding plant with nutrients. So first number at that time is not necessary to be high. I actually will purposely go low, and I will go to organic. And same about in the fall. In the fall I just feed it when I done cutting kind of stems, old stems, and dead leaves, to kind of give some energy and feeding plant, preparing them for go in the winter. Now, first number, nitrogen, you need to be careful about. If your peony growing somewhere close to a lawn or grass and you fertilizing that grass, you need to be careful because if you're using kind of machine that's spraying that fertilizer can accidentally fall down around peony and will boost peony with that nitrogen. Usually that nitrogen on a grass bags is about 26 and 30. And you would thinking, wow, that's be cool, I be have lots of leaves, but at the same time, when you be have lots of leaves, it's not mean that plant will be have energy to send buds, flower pods. So you need to be careful about and be mindful when you spraying your grass fertilizer around peonies. Now that was about peony that growing in the ground. I also have peony that growing not in the ground but in containers. And this one I wasn't too original. I just got a storage container, drill a hole in the bottom. I got this peony last year and I just couldn't find spot in my garden where to plant them. I know you guys were like, oh, you crazy, you buying peonies and you don't have a space to plant. I do have a space to plant. I want to plant them and leave them on a space because digging out and redigging peonies is not very healthy for them. So I prefer just keep them few years in a planter, and then for sure know where I want to plant them and kind of plant them there. So this beauty is another coral, and this one is a coral charm. It was blooming. I did video last year and it was blooming amazing. Another coral, that's why I fall in love with them. They're so amazing, and because it's early bloomer, it's already very tall. This is lily bulbs, and this is Itoh peony. And which one I got this? Duchess de Lorraine. There you go. It's a yellow peony. I did have a video about how it's bloom. Duchess de Lorraine is kind of like mid-season, even late season blooming Itoh peony, so that's why it's buds. It's only kind of open up. So yeah. How do I fertilize in peonies and Itoh peonies? That is, okay. Itoh peonies I fertilize in exactly same way as a peony. Exactly same way, 3 times a year, same fertilizer, same time. When they're in a container, I do a little bit differently. And what a little bit differently I do, I would fertilize a little bit lesser than I would fertilize in the ground, but I kind of fertilizing twice, if it's make a sense. Like for right now in the spring, I will fertilize in now, and then in about 2-3 weeks after that, I will fertilize in again. But amount of fertilizer I will do lesser than the one that in the ground, because the one that is growing in pots is leaching out fertilizer through the bottom. So if you just only fertilizing once like you do in the ground, it's kind of be not as healthy. I mean, it will be healthy, but it's just they will not keep that nutrients for themselves. And look at that, that's a flower pot. Where is it? There it is. Kind of hard to see with shadow, but it will be blooming. Last year it was blooming 4 for me. This year I don't know how many would be. Of course, peony, you can grow peony in the buckets, in pots, in flower pots, but they will prefer to be in the ground. Nothing will be best for them than in the ground. But if you don't have option, please make sure that you have a big planter so they have plenty of space to grow. Because they will absolutely need it. So exactly process of fertilizing. Before fertilizing, I water my flower beds. I do water my flower beds because just in case we don't have here too many rains, so ground is get very dry pretty fast, and sprinkler system right now is not turning on yet because it's have some cool days when I just don't doing it. So definitely before I fertilizing, I wet the soil around, and then I just eyeball it. I will not put like they're recommending on a bag, but I just put a good amount of it around. Okay, another thing is very important. When you put in your fertilizer, never put inside of where stems coming from underground. You put around, you even kind of put around maybe few inches away, because if you put right in the center, let me show you. For example, this peony is a Shirley Temple peony, and it's in a pot too. And if I sprinkle right inside, it will drop right in the middle, and it can hurt flower buds that still is underground and make them rot and die. So that's why when you fertilize, make sure you do it around, and that's it. And of course I can ruffle a little bit soil around, you know, so it's a go in and be like that, and then I can water same day or next day how I feel. But this is basically how I'm fertilizing. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have an amazing day and see you next time. Bye.